Well, welcome everyone to today's coaching session. Here we realize our dreams through massive activity. My name is Dr. Russ Hoover, and I'm one of the many leaders here teaching and training others how to realize their goals, because we are today's millionaire makers. That's who we are, it's what we do. And so I am so excited today to have one of my partners, one of the team leaders here today. He is just on fire. He knows his business inside and out. I'm just so fortunate to be a partnership with him, and I want to bring him on board right now to share his heart. Mr. Terry Lofton, are you out there, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, Dr. Russ, I'm just feel honored, man, and just to be in business and partnership with you, I feel truly blessed. I feel truly blessed. The Lord brought us together. That's how I feel it. Nothing happened by mistake. It's all in divine order. And the times we are is basically, it's exciting. And what I want to get across to everyone is that, even if, wherever you at and whoever you talk to, just believe one more time, guys. Just believe one more time, because the things that's happening right now was supposed to happen, right? So we got to take hold to it and take action. We got to take action. We can't look at where we've been and all the past, because a lot of times people don't move forward because they're still living in the past. And in order for things to change tomorrow, you got to do something different today, right? So, what we're doing is something different. It's like a movement, what we have right now. And I can't call it. I mean, it's just a spirit, I could say, because, things are happening supernaturally, right? Things are happening supernaturally where now people are more open because of all the, the situations and things of where our state of economy is in. But one thing I want to get across to everyone here is that you right now are in the best position to hit everything you ever dreamed of. Everything, whatever you think you were to go, 10x that. Go 10 times further of what you think you're going, say, well, man, I want to be here, 10x that, right? I want to have this type of lifestyle, 10x that, right? I want to have this type of results, 10x that too, 10x everything, and really just go for it. I wanted to let everybody know that I'm here, right? I'm here for everybody on this call, and everybody who didn't make the call. It doesn't matter, because I look at the winner shows up, and then the winners help people become the winners. See, that's the difference, is that somebody got to take that charge for that family, right? Everybody look at it and say, well, man, they were just born that way. But somebody in that family, if they're successful, if that family is successful financially in the things that they're doing, somebody had to pay the price, right? Somebody had to pay the price. And the thing that I share with a lot of people is that you have to bear your own cross, right? Yes, we're going to help you. Yes, we're going to support. But somewhere down the line, you got to have at least a mustard seed of faith that, man, it's going to work for me, right? You ain't got to have 10,000% and be like Terry, but you got to be like somewhere and say, man, I'm going to go for it, because if it's the be, it's on me. It's up. If it's going to be, it's up to me, right? So what I want to stress to everybody here is that this is our time, right? This is the time to really put it on the line. This is the time to, don't care about any. I mean, I'm moving in the faith of, if you're getting good, if you come involved with us, fine. If you don't, fine. It's that one of those things where, I'm like, come on, let's go. No time for that. No time for that. It's like, only thing I am is the messenger. I mean, I'm talking to people who making, over 6 figures, right? Normal people, I probably wouldn't have never, they'd be like, Terry, I'm straight. I come talk to them, but I don't come talking to them with the force of what I'm talking to now. And, I just put this here, is that the things that we're going to do for everybody here, the systems, I mean, I was up, I probably only got about 2 hours of sleep, maybe. I don't know. It might be an hour and a half right now, but it's like, I'm not tired, right? When I get up, I'm not tired, because I know what is on the line, because it's up for us right now to see, you're looking at where you at right now. But I want you to think about it. You're going to be put in a position where people are going to be looking at you 30 days, 60 days from now, that they're going to be like, man, transformation, the things that we're going to be able to help everybody with, as far as putting the framework together, as far as now putting you in a supernatural position where your posture, it's not that I need you in here, or it's that, or I want you to be enlightened, right? It's more to than just a network thing. It's this more of a stability of that's going to help your family regardless if the company is there or not. That's the uniqueness of what we have, right? The uniqueness of what we have is that we can make money by ourselves, right? We want you, but we don't need you, right? So this is the type of plan here that we could make more money than the compensation plan. I don't know any other networks that you could just make money on the service or system or product by just marketing that without building a organization or a team.
Yeah.
Right here we got that. So never let anybody make you feel bad, because I remember people like, well, there you go again. You trying to make me feel bad because I want to do something different, that if it don't work, I'm gonna be here with you anyway. Right? But what if it do work? Right? I remember, and I'm just tell this and then I'm gonna shut it down, Dr. Russ, that I worked at Ford Motor Company out there at out at the Research and Engineer Complex. So I wasn't in a plantation, but it was a plantation. But I was out there where they design all the cars, right, in Dearborn, right? And I was one of the guys there who worked, at the product buildings. And when I got there, I said, man, I ain't gonna be here for long, right? And this is what I'm gonna talk about, speaking stuff into existence.
Right.
I'm not gonna be here long, and I just be like, Terry, that's what everybody said, right? So I'm like, no, I'm quitting. I ain't gonna be here for it. Don't have a better idea for me, right? My last name ain't Ford. And I used to say that at work every day. And I said, man, yeah, I'm gonna be out of here soon. They was like, Terry, you've been here 5 years. That's what you said, when you first, I'm like, and I'm gonna keep saying it. And I'm keep saying it. And my father was in a position, in the UAW, moved up, and that's how I got there. Then I started saying to myself, when my father retired, I'm out of here, right? When my father retired from the UAW, right, I'm out of here. And in 98, I got involved with a previous company, and I started that company part-time in 92. And it was a company, I'm just, Primerica, and I got involved and worked it. And in 98, Primerica allowed me to quit for a motor company, right? But the thing is, I quit when my dad retired in 98, a couple months before he retired, I quit, right? I was able to quit Ford. And I just think about it. I used to say that. I used to speak it. And I believed it, but I kept working. And before I knew it, it happened, right? It happened. And from 98 until now, I haven't worked for anybody, right? I have been free, right? And I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm just saying it's your power in your tongue can either make you move forward or it could kill you.
That's it. It's
either going to bring life, because you can speak. When I got my first promotion and whatever I was doing, I just kept saying, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. Now, there was some times I didn't know if it was going to work, but I was like, man, Lord, you're going to make a way. And then something happened, and it'll go, right? Some be like, man, okay, I don't know where that came from, but thank you, Jesus. Give honor to everything, just like everything that's happening for us right now. Every time something goes right, I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm going to keep it moving, right? And I'm not going to take it in vain and not use it, right? So guys, where we at right now, I don't know what you've been through, right? But it doesn't matter, because if you keep locking arms with us, we're not going to let anybody fall behind, but you got to lock. See, it's the difference is that people, some people might, and here's the other thing that I had to learn. Everybody ain't going to run with you. Everybody ain't going to get on the ark. Right? It's just the same thing. The flood is coming, but everybody be like, well, no, it ain't nothing gonna happen. It's not gonna happen to me. But when it start flooding, then they like, oh, okay, now I'm ready to jump. Well, here, at least we can still say you can still get on, right? It ain't one of those things where they get locked out of it. But what I want you to just keep this in mind, guys. One thing I want you to just keep in your mind is that anything that's worth having, you got to pay a price for it, right? And right now you're sowing your seed. You just keep on sowing, right? You keep on sowing. And the wind blows on all of us the same way. The only difference is just how we set ourselves.
That's it.
Right? How we set ourselves. I'm no better than anybody else. And and I used to hear when I've been at conference and they be talking about believe. You just got to believe. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I know about the believing, but show me how to do the tool. I need to know the how to.
Right.
And I need to learn that. It's all about belief. And now I get it. It's just like it clicks because I could show you everything and I can show you all the how to's, but if you don't believe it, if you don't believe in you right now, it doesn't matter what I show you. Right? So don't let nobody else's fears become your fears. Guys, do not let nobody else's fears become your fears. Because their fears, well, nah, I don't want to do it, or nah, that thing, it don't work for me. Everybody that do anything good, they wasn't born that way. Mm-hmm. They weren't born that way. That's why when I first got involved in this industry, I'm like, well, man, I might be a little slow, but I know it might take me a little longer. But if you got it, I'm gonna get it. That's right? True. You might took you 5 minutes to get it. It might take me 2 years. I don't care. I just know if I stay here long enough, I'm gonna get it because you wasn't born with this knowledge, right? You wasn't born. If you wasn't born, you learn. I can learn.
There you go,
right?
My brother.
So, Dr. Russ, I appreciate you, man. I'm not gonna take no more of the time here. I'm just like I'm up here right now getting my pen and ready for my notes because I'm always looking for different things to improve myself, guys. That's why if you notice, leaders take notes because it ain't that we know anything, but we're looking for every other resource that we can have, and when in time to use it, we can use it. But if you never take any notes, you ain't gonna have anything built, or I call it my utility belt to bring it out to use it at a later date. They'd be like, how do you know all this stuff? Years of notes that I didn't put in inventory. So always, no matter how you get, always take notes because it's something that you can always use later. All right, Dr. Russ, I'd like to thank you, man. Appreciate you. Anytime you need me, I'm there for you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, folks. We can ready to do something very, very special. We can ready to do something very, very special. Watch the hustle and see our dream. Now, I want to start off, and I like to start off with the compensation plan because for those of you that are not networkers, you don't really know what you have access to right here. But this program is so powerful. It's so user-friendly because, I go way back. I go all the way back to Amway personally when I was 20 years old doing networking. And so I understand what it means to be garage qualified, okay? Garage qualified means you got to buy so much product in order to go and advance to the next level, right? But when you look at this particular compensation plan, you look where it says personally referred scholars. Now, the goal for every member on this call and everyone that hears this recording, your primary goal, your building block to build this business is to get 3 and free, right? You get 3, you get free, and that now qualifies you to go to the very top of this compensation plan. You get 3 and you get free. Because if you look at this column, personally referred scholars, the 3 never changes. Now, in some companies, by the time you got the Founder 500, you'd need 6. By the time you got the Founder 1000, you'd need 9. 2000, you'd need 12, 15, 18, 21. By the time you got the Epic, they'd require you to have so many personally sponsored scholars that it would make it so hard for you to reach that level that they would never have to pay that out, or maybe just to 1 or 2. But they have positioned us, and hear this now, this is very important. They say the average individual can recruit 3 people. Average person, not the Terry Loftons, not the Dr. Russes of the world, but the average individual can recruit 3 people. So this compensation plan has been created for the average person to excel and achieve greatness. So if you don't hear anything else, you must get that. Because now when you look at this comp plan, knowing that that barrier has been removed for you, because now all you got to do is strive to get 3 and free. And then when you get 3 and free, guess what's going to happen? The next person, is going to strive to get 3 and free, right? So you got your 3, you got free, your founder. Now guess what? The 3 people you brought on board, they're looking to do the same thing. They want to get their 3 and free. And that brings another 9 people on your team, right? That's now you got 12. But guess what? Those 9 want to do the same thing. They want to become a building block and get 3 and free. So now what does that do for you? That brings 27 more people on your team. But the pattern doesn't stop. Those 27 individuals want to get 3 and free. And so what does that do to your organization? It brings 81 people in. Now you may not have even talked to those 81 people. But because the 27 understand what the marching orders is, get 3, get free, it caused 81 people to show up in your downline. And then those 81 people got the marching orders because all we're doing is duplicating the system. 81 people gonna get 3 and free. That brought 243 people on your team. Now you may not even know their names. And then the 243 do the same thing, get 3 and free. That brings 729. They do the same thing. They bring their 3 and free in. 2,000 people added to your team. You don't even know who these folks are. And they go out and do the same thing. And next thing you know, you're an icon making $100,000 a month because of just a simple building block of you get 3, you get free, and you teach others to do the exact same thing. So one of the reasons why I wanted to have this call, and I used to have this call before we launched, before pre-launch, I was doing this call on a daily basis, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. And I think I want to resurrect that because what I want to do is to coach you to your full potential. See, you will have static energy and you have kinetic energy, right? You know, that static energy is potential, right? It's your potential of what you could possibly be if you actually acted on what you have on the inside, right? And then that kinetic, that energy and motion is what happens when you get the belief level that you need to start moving forward. So our job here is to coach you to your full 100% potential. So to do what? To develop the skills and provide the support to help you to be successful in your goal here with Epic. That's why we're here. That's what we're here today. That's why Terry chose to be on this call today. That's why I set up this call today, is to help you to develop your potential, right? To develop the skill sets of this profession. And this is a profession. This is not a hobby. The professionals in this industry makes millions because they treat it like a profession. You need to treat this as if you just went out and dropped $2 million on a McDonald's franchise. Because if you drop $2 million on a McDonald's franchise, then you're going to show up for Hamburger U, right? When they call the roll call for Hamburger U and you just drop $2 million, you're not going to be at home watching Netflix. You're going to show up in that course, right, to learn how to flip them hamburgers, to find out where the shake machine go, because you've got an investment that can pay you money. Now, if you treat Epic, and I know many of you only came in at $19.99, but if you treat your Epic opportunity like a McDonald's franchise, it will pay you better than a McDonald's franchise because they have no compensation in that program when they go to Hamburger U that tops out at $1 million a month. And that's what we have access to here, team. So in this series of I'm New Here, we're going to break some knowledge down on you. And so I'm going to recommend for every one of you to stay plugged in. We have established now the Telegram for you to get information. We've established a site on Facebook for you to get the information that you need to know what's going on this team. So make sure you're checking those areas every day. Stay plugged in to the energy that's being generated, because if you stay plugged in, listen, the sky's the limit and your success is assured. Just know that, right? What are we doing here, team? We're creating a new Wall Street, right? We're going to create a virtual Wall Street because outside of these walls, there's a pandemic going on, right, called COVID-19 that is wreaking havoc on people's livelihood. It is wreaking havoc, right, on businesses. I heard last night that you got these restaurant industries that are looking to be belly up by the end of the winter because they have had to run their businesses from outside, right? Having people come outside. And I saw him doing that, I said, that's going to be short-lived. Because what happens when the snow falls? You can't have tables set up in the street outside at 0 degrees. And so they had a report yesterday. The business owner said, we're going to allow you to open up the inside, but you can only have 25% of your capacity. And the guy came out clearly and said, I can't pay my bills on 25% capacity. So what does that mean for that business owner and all the ones like him? He's got to find a new solution to supplement his income. And guess what? We at Epic have the solution. So you got to change your posture, people, because we're not going around messing with people. We're not bothering people. We're not begging people, right? We have $1 million opportunity, and it's time for you to have $1 million posture. When you go out and talk to people, right, you got people's solutions. You got people that are going on their knees right now praying for an answer, and you got the answer in your hand, and you're scared to go out of your door. You're scared to dial those digits and just have a conversation with somebody, and you're sitting with the answer to their prayer in your hand, and you won't even introduce it to them. There's something wrong with that. But today, we're going to create a posture of a millionaire. We're going to help you to know what you have access to. And by the time you get done with this call, you're going to be wanting to jump through the window trying to find somebody that you can help because you got the solution to their problem. So we're going to talk about some income producing activities. Now, one of the first things you want to recognize is that we're associated with two of the most powerful industries on the planet. The Forex industry, which it swallows up the stock market. Now, everybody talk about stock market, right? About $180 billion industry a day. That's not small change, right? Stock market, 180 billion. But the Forex market is a market that now is topping $6 trillion a day. And it is an old industry. Now, in its present state, the Forex industry has been around for 500 years, okay? But in reality, the Forex industry goes back at least to Jesus' day, because if you look at the story of the talents, right? He gave one person 5 talents. He gave another person 2 talents. He gave another 1. The one that had 5 went out and made the other 5. And he said, what? Well done, thou good and faithful servant. You know, enter thou into the joy of the Lord, right? The one that had 2 went out and got the other 2. And he said, what? Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. But then the one guy that had the 1 said, man, I know this dude's a hard taskmaster. He wants to reap where he hasn't sowed. You know, he want to try to get something he ain't even paid the price for. So he gave me this 1 talent. I'm going to dig a hole in my backyard. I'm going to bury this talent, right? And when he come back, I'm going to give him exactly what he gave me. And then what did the master say? Slothful, lazy, unprofitable servant. He said, you should have at least given my money to who? The money changers, so that I could get interest on my money. So what is a money changer? FX trader. He's an FX trader. So we're talking about at least 2,000 years. People have been making money off money. And so we're not talking about something that somebody's trying. We're talking about one of the oldest industries on the planet that have been, you know, the doors have been closed to us where we couldn't get access to this. You know, maybe a decade ago, you'd have had to drop maybe $10,000 or $20,000 to get this education. But now today, people can drop $19.99 to get access to one of the most powerful industries on the planet. And we got to open our mouth and share that. And then on top of that, we've got the active and passive income of the network marketing industry. And this compensation plan starts off at $500 and tops off at $1 million a month. Now, what opportunity out there like that can give you that kind of opportunity to become a millionaire month in and month out? But we're in position to do that, team. So what I want everybody on this call to do is to learn Forex online. I want you to literally learn it, right? I've had opportunity to get on the calls that we're having. They have a 7 a.m. call, which is for the beginners of learning Forex. They have a 9 p.m. call, we're talking about Eastern Standard Time, where people can go on and have a little bit more experience. And then they have the 2 a.m. call, because this market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And so we want our people that are coming on board for the $19.99 to plug into those calls, right? Because if you plug into those calls, the 2 a.m., the 7 a.m., and that 9 p.m. call, and hear the live traders, right? Our epic traders teaching this industry, you won't be able to go to sleep that night. I'm telling you right now. They know their game. They know how to get the pips. And so if you plug in, paying $99 for this education will be a drop in the bucket. No one will quit this business knowing what they have access to at 2 a.m., 7 a.m., and 9 p.m. So we want every one of you to pick the time that fits you best and make sure every day, Monday through Friday, you're getting on at least one of these calls and learning the trading game. Because if you learn that, it's going to change your life. So get set up, get your Metaphor Trader set up on your phone, get it set up on your computer, and make sure you're plugging into that training to learn what you need to do. Because the bottom line is, folks, we make money from our phones, right? We're one of the few people that no matter where we are, we can make money from our phones. I'm talking about you can be making money when this COVID pandemic is over. We could be making money from the beaches of the world, right? You pick the one you want to show up at. Say, hey team, let's go here, let's go there, and we get on the bird and we just show up there and sip the Mai Tais and look for the alerts to come in or look at our charts, right? And be making money from our phones. Now, not too many people can do that, but we have access to it, right? Now, when you look at the building side, the team building side, one of the biggest success actions you can take is to make a massive success list. You want to dump the names out of your phone, right? You want to make the biggest possible list you can. And if you've never made a list before, or if you made many lists before, this is going to be the most important list that you've ever made in your life. Because the reality is right now, we're at the beginning stages. Now, it's rare that you get in the position that you're in right now. If you're hearing my voice on this day, you're one of the most blessed people on the planet, because we're still in pre-launch. The company hasn't even turned the light switch on yet. That doesn't happen until October 1st. We're in pre-launch status right now, and we're getting a taste of what's coming in October 1st, right? But right now, what we're doing is that we're building team, and we're positioning ourselves, right, to be able to make massive income when the light switch goes on in October, by simply getting people on board for $19.99 and then letting them get plugged into that training. So make a massive list, 50 to 100 people minimum. And then find your top 5 or 10 people to be your leaders, and let's get them plugged in first, so that all the additional activity will flow through those 5 or 10 leaders that you've selected, right? Now, we're going to follow a script. And I have to thank Terry Lofton for this. We were on the phone yesterday, and he shared some information with me, and I'm telling you, I couldn't hardly sleep last night. I woke up early this morning putting this training together, because I just could not wait to share with you the information he was sharing with me. But you're going to follow the script. You're going to be super excited. You want to be in a hurry. You're going to keep it simple. You're looking for people that you can ask, are they open for an opportunity? And you want to invite people to the daily calls that we're having to share this information. Now, here is the $1 million question for all of you. What if you had 10 people like Dr. Russ on your team, or Terry Lofton, or Al Jones, or Josh Phelps? What if you had 10 people like us on your team right now? What would that do to your business, right? What if you had 100 people like us on your team? What if you had 1,000? The bottom line is, it would be game over. It would absolutely be game over, right? Reaching epic and $1 million a month would be inevitable. It wouldn't be if it's going to happen. It just be how fast it's going to happen. If you had 10 or 100 or 1,000 people like us, it would be inevitable, right? So here's the position you're going to take, because Terry started talking about it, right? He kind of, pulled the covers back a little bit about what our thinking is here. So you're having a conversation with a person, right? And here's how it's going to start. Listen, Jill, I am super excited. I found a way to make extra income from my phone during these tough times. I'm looking to share this awesome opportunity with a few select individuals, right? And in her mind, she's thinking you're going to ask her, right? Listen, I really need your help. Who do you know that has done any kind of network marketing? Now, simply wait for the response, because it's going to be one of two different responses, right? First of all, they're going to say, okay, let me think. All right, I know X, Y, Z. I know John. I know Sue. I know Betty. I know Harry. You know, he or she loves doing network marketing. So really, so get your pencil and paper and start writing them names and phone numbers down, right? Because those are the people you're looking for, right? Or you may get a slightly different response. Well, I've never done network marketing before, but I would like to hear about your project. Now look at your position now. First, let's look at response number one. They've given you this list of people, right? And they say, okay, is this person ambitious? Is the person open-minded? Is this person willing to look at a business? And is this person willing to take action once they've heard about the project? And the person that's referring say, oh yeah, that suits them to a T. That's exactly what they're like. And say, now great, because these are going to be the qualifying questions that you're going to use when you're having a conversation with the prospect, right? Those names you write down, you're going to qualify them based upon what the person said about them, based on their answers to these questions, right? Now, if the person you're talking to is not a networker, right? They're not a networker, but because you treat them like the cat, right? You know how it is when you go into somebody's house and you're a cat lover and you see the cat, oh, look at the cat, and you go to pick up the cat, and what did the cat do? The cat runs because you have an interest in them. The cat is running, right? But then when you walk into a house and you know you can't stand cats, right? And you walk in and you see the cat, say, oh my goodness, here they got a cat over here. And the first thing the cat do is come and wrap that tail around your leg, and you can't get rid of the cat, right? And you know, on the slide, you kind of kicking the cat, you know, you're trying to push the cat out, get away, cat. And when you go to sit down, what does the cat do? All around your legs, jump up on your lap. You can't get rid of the cat, and you can't stand the cat. Well, it's a weird, it's like a law of attraction. When you're begging for people, when you just, you know, like you're just desperate to get people, people see the desperation in you and say, oh man, I got to get out of here, right? But when you take a posture of a millionaire and you know that what you have to offer, right, is a game changer, then you don't have to go around begging for people, right? You go in with a different attitude. So look at what you do here with a person if they come like this. Response number two, right? I've never done this before, but I'd like to hear about your project, right? And what is your response? Well, I didn't think you would go for a project like this. You know, it's associated with relationship marketing. You know, we do network marketing, right? Are you sure you want to do something like that, right? So your posture is to take it away from them, right? You have the profile of the person you're looking for. You already know, I am looking for network marketers. You are not that, right? So, you know, look at this response here. They have to convince you that they're willing to do what is necessary to be on your team. Listen, John, this is a very serious project. My team and I are building something very powerful. We're working in an industry that is predicted to generate 20 million millionaires by the year 2023. That's less than 3 years, so we don't have a lot of time. The top of our compensation plan, John, pays $1 million a month. So I'm only looking for very serious people to partner with who will pay the price to earn a 7-figure income from home on a monthly basis. Now, John, do you fit that category? Right? I mean, if you don't, please don't waste my time. Right? Don't waste my time, John, because I'm building something serious here. That's why I'm looking for networkers, because they know how to build teams. So if you're gonna join this business, you got to be coachable, and you got to be willing to follow the instruction. If not, please don't waste my time, John, because I got a very small window to build this thing, and I'm looking for very select individuals. This is the posture of a millionaire who's working on $1 million opportunity. No time to waste. I'm not gonna be sitting around trying to convince somebody to do something that I already know works. If you don't see it, if you don't get it, I got you. Great. Next, I got to move on, right? Now, when you address the referrals, you have some powerful ammunition because the qualifying questions you asked the friend before they gave you the name. Hello, John, this is Dr. Russ. I spoke to Betty the other day or this morning, and they had some very powerful things to say about you. Now, based on that conversation, I had to give you a call right away. Now, Betty said you're a very ambitious person who is open-minded and willing to look at business. Is that true? Sure. In addition, Betty said that you're not a procrastinator, but a person who's willing to take action when you hear all the facts. Is that true? Sure. Great. Listen, I have a very serious project that I'm working on, and I'm only looking to work with a few serious individuals. It's in the most powerful and liquid market in the world. It's predicted that 20 million millionaires will be produced from this industry. So you can understand why I'm only looking for serious people. Now, John, do you have a moment to hear more about the project? Now, because John stated all those statements above him are true, he's kind of obligated to open up and look and listen to this project, right? If he says, no, I don't have time, well, that's not what Betty said about you, John. She said you're pretty open-minded, right? And you're willing to look at a business opportunity. And that was true, right? Sure. All right, let's take a look at this video, John. I want to get your opinion on it. Now, because John stated all these things are true about him, he's going to take a look. And once he sees the information, then your job at that point is to get them on the phone with a leader who can do a three-way call to close them out, okay? That is it. That is it. And so this whole approach is now changing your posture. It is changing your position. You still make a list of 50 to 100 names, and you still go from A to Z having conversations. But instead of asking the person on the phone, do you want to look at my opportunity? It is now, who do you know who is doing network marketing? Because I'm looking to build a team of people who understands the power of network marketing. And so because you're bypassing the cat's going to obviously be curious and want to know more about the project. And instead of you having to ask people to look at your video, they're going to be asking you, well, can I take a look at it? I mean, I'm kind of curious to know what it is you guys working on, right? And because your posture is, well, but you're not a networker, right? Are you sure there's something you want to take a look at? Yeah, I want to see what's going on. And if you maintain that posture throughout the whole process, I guarantee you that their position is going to be different. And they're going to say, you know what? I wouldn't mind being a part of this. It's only $19.99. I mean, what can it cost me to find out more about this and see if I can have success? And then your position is, well, listen, if I take you on my team now, can I count on you to do what's necessary to be successful? Because I know this industry. I know how to win in this industry. And I've locked arms with individuals who know how to win in this industry. So if you can follow my mentors or you can follow my coaches, they will lead you to the promised land. But if you're not going to be coachable, please, I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste these guys' time. These guys are serious and they're going somewhere with this, and they agreed to allow me to work with them. So, if I bring you on board, don't make me look bad. Be at the meetings, right? Be at the training, right? Be where you need to be to learn this thing. If you're not going to do that, then let's not even get started. Now look how powerful that posture is. Look how powerful your positioning is because of the position that we're taking now, looking for networkers first and foremost, all right? So this is the PS3 system. We're picking interest, right? We're looking for those individuals who are networkers, and we will have conversation with those who show a desire to be a part of what we're doing. We're going to show them the video presentation, and then we're going to get experts on the phone to do that three-way close, right? And understand, when you're doing your three-way call, this part is critical. You must edify, right? When you're on the phone, this is you here, you're on the phone with somebody, and you're dealing with a prospect. They know and trust you. They don't think you can really lead them down, a bad pathway. But they may not trust you as being a business professional, right? And so for that reason, you got to edify somebody here who is the expert, right? That person's going to come on phone, and because you've edified them, now the prospect has respect for this individual. And so people are normally going to fall into 4 categories. They're going to be, desiring money, which we call sharks, or they desire to help people, which you call whales, or they desire to have fun, which you call dolphins, or they're looking for all the facts, like accountants, right? People, engineers, they want to know all the details, right? So when you introduce your expert, you want to say, listen, I'm going to bring on, Dr. Russ. I'm going to bring on Mr. Lofton. And I got to tell you, this person is having huge success, right? They get great pleasure out of helping people. They know all the facts. They know 100% of the information. And one thing I like about them too, they love to have fun, right? So when you introduce people in that way, right, they're having huge success, right? They know 100% of the information. They love to help people and they love to have fun. You've just now covered all 4 categories. So regardless of the person you're talking to, they will fall in that category and say, okay, this is somebody I need to be listening to. So the edification is very important to help you put new guests in front of the presentation. Edify the video, edify your 3-way call expert, and the rest will take care of itself. And if you guys get good at just doing that, inviting people to the video, inviting people to the webinars, and then getting people on the call with an expert who knows how to answer the questions, your business will explode. Your business will explode. All right. Now, we know that the marketing plan calls for getting 3 and free, but we're not going to let our minimums be our maximum, right? For some of you, you've heard, and others may not, but during this pre-launch time, we're looking to bring 10 people on board who's going to bring 10, who's going to bring 10, who's going to bring 10. And we want to do that, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels deep. Because if you do that, by October, your income should be no less than $5,000 or $10,000 a month. And if you really do that to down to 3rd or 4th generation, we're talking about $50,000 to $100,000 a month. That's what's on the line right now for following this program. If you bring 10 people on board, and who can't get 10 people to pay $20? And then tell them, listen now, I've got my 10, but I need you to find 10 individuals who want to do this business, right? And they get their 10, and everybody get their 10, you can have an explosion. But we only have the next 19 days to take advantage of this $19.99. So we have no time to waste. We want to position people today, tomorrow, right? We want to get people in place to really take advantage of the $19.99. And if you do a good job of that, if you get into the activity mode, you can see your business explode. We're looking to build your business and build your income. We're going to do it by building team through peaking interest and presenting, which should take up 85% of your time. 10% of your time should be on a Forex trading and education. So you're going to find out one of those times of the day, 7 a.m., 9 p.m., 2 a.m., that you're going to be plugging into the Forex training and doing your homework, right? And then that last 5%, which is probably the most important of the time you spend working on yourself. Because the better self you have, the better you become, the better chance you have of having success. When you build up yourself, when you work on becoming a better version of yourself, if all you do is just if you look to be 1% better tomorrow than you were today, and 1% better the next day than you were today, the day before, then every 100 days you are 100% better than you were before. You must be looking all the time to becoming a better version of yourself. And if you do that, you're always working on personal development, you're reading the books, you're looking at the motivational videos, you're participating in those things that help you to become better, coming on team calls like this, you're going to find yourself being a better version of yourself. And a year from now, you will be unrecognizable, both in your personality and who you become on the inside and in your bank account. They will all be impacted, right? In fact, the scriptures even confirm that. This is what the Bible says about him. He says, the Most High, right? He wishes above all things that we prosper and be in health. But how? As your soul prosper. So what does that mean? What is your soul? your mind, your will, your intellect, your emotions, and your imagination. So as you prosper in those areas, as you build up your mind, your will, your intellect, your emotions, and your imagination, now you position yourself to have increase in your finances and in your physical health. So personal development, we say here 5%, but if you spend 5% a day working on yourself, you're going to be an amazing individual on a daily basis as you grow in that area. All right. So what personal development does for you when working on yourself is going to cause you to become more attractive to people. It's going to cause you to build your volume, right, in your business, and it's going to cause you to build your income. So personal development is a critical part of this business. Really, what I like to call this is a personal development business with a compensation plan attached to it. That's really what it is, because you're going to be hearing from people like Terry and others like that who are going to be pouring into you to help you to be a better version of yourself. And by doing that, you can't do anything else but grow as a person, right? And so you have to choose every day whether you're going to be a shark or a goldfish, whether you're going to wait to be fed or whether you're going to find food. Each day, you make this choice with your beliefs, with your thoughts, and with your actions. The choice is always yours. And every day, it's amazing when you wake up, you have a choice to make. When you put your feet on the floor, am I going to turn the TV on, or am I going to do something that's going to be productive to my business? You know, am I going to turn the TV on, or am I going to find somebody I can help to improve their life today? You know, you have to choose what you want to be. Am I going to be a shark who dominates his waters? Or am I going to be a goldfish who's counting on somebody else to feed him? You have to choose, right? So we want to build this momentum. We want to build this momentum. This thing starts off with just, a few new members. And next thing you know, this thing just keeps growing. It's going to grow away from you because we're going to do duplication. It's the key. We're not going to come up with a whole new system every day, a new system. No, we're going to follow the pattern, and we're just going to keep on growing until this thing explodes away from us. And by October 1st, we can have a massive team if we do the work today that we need to be doing going into October 1st. We got to run every day. This pre-launch, we only got one pre-launch. There's not going to be another pre-launch in October. There's not going to be another pre-launch in November. Pre-launch is now. And so we got to work now to take advantage of pre-launch so we can get the income that we want in October, right? So true leaders don't create followers. They create more leaders. And that's what this call is all about. This is a leadership call. Finding those individuals who want to learn how to lead so we can have solutions for other people's lives, all right? So this whole call is about one thing: creating a millionaire's posture for this $1 million opportunity. I want each and every one of you coming away from this call with a change of posture. I want you to recognize who you are and the privilege of what you have access to be one of the first to hear about this. Posture up and know that you have access to something that's going to change people's lives. And if you have the right posture, you can have the right result. So I want you all, as I get ready to close this now, to choose to be the hero of your own story, right? If you choose to be the hero, then there's no question how people are going to see you. They're going to see you as a solution, right, to problems, not a causer of problems. They're going to see you as a person with an S on your chest and a cape on your back because you showed up at the right time, at the right place to give them some information about something they had no knowledge of until you showed up. So choose to be the hero of your own story, team. That's the end of my story. All right.